past is not just a collection of dates and dusty archives. Well, Formula D is now transforming the way people engage with history. The old fort visitor at Constitution Hill has been transformed into an immersive and interactive exhibit. It offers a fresh perspective on the country's long walk to democracy. Let's discuss this further now with Formula D founder Michael Wolf. Michael, good morning and thanks so much for your time. So tell us more about what's happening at the old fort visitor exhibit, the experience. What is it that we can expect to experience there?
Thanks very much. Thanks for inviting me. It's a great pleasure to talk about the Old Fort visitor experience. I must say the Old Fort is one of the most, and the bigger Constitution Hill as well, is one of the most fascinating sites that you can actually visit in South Africa. It's full of historical significance and in a very dense way tells the very complex history of South Africa from colonization early on through apartheid and liberation. It's a beautiful, authentic place that is so valuable for South Africa because it's authentic and it's I would call it it's a center of truth in a world that is becoming more and more dominated by fake information and information bubbles, something where you can really connect authentically to history of this country.
And how exactly is it doing this? We understand it is quite interactive, so just tell us more about that.
So the first thing is that it's an artifact in its own. When you think about, I talked about authenticity, and we used to consume a lot of stories through movies, through our social media feeds. We're in this world of overwhelming information, and now here's an artifact that is actually telling the story on its own. But what we do as storytellers at Formula D and interpretive specialists, so we add a layer of cues and information to this artifact to kind of give these kind of story clues to the visitors so they can make up their mind about what they're seeing. And the way we do this is through sometimes in a very basic fashion through panels, but often also through interactive technology. We're inviting visitors to participate in some sort of interactive game, or just ask questions and encourage their critical thinking about the site.
Now, we know often when it comes to understanding our human rights, we depend on the law. We wait till something terrible happens and look at whose human rights have been violated there. Today is World Storytelling Day, and as you tell us, storytelling is vital to shaping our awareness and our understanding of human rights. And do you feel you're achieving that with this exhibit?
Yes, I think I just mentioned that it's a side of truth, right? We live in a world where we see left, right, and center, where facts are being distorted and to support various political agendas.
Bob, here for you since 1918.
And this site is just so powerful in reminding us, and not only this site, but also other heritage sites, in reminding us what it looked like when we were not a democracy. So people in these days, various across the world, who may be seeing some attracted to some sort of big dictator talk and strongman mentality, they need to remember situations, what it can be like when there's no democracy, when people are snatched from the streets because of their political opinion or because of their beliefs, when minorities are discriminated against because of their sex, gender, etc. And what the Old Fort and the greater Constitution Hills and other heritage sites, specifically in South Africa with its dark patches of history, tells us is this is like what we need to remember. This is what we need to think about. What are the scenarios that people actually lived in when we did not have a democracy.
Sounds
So
absolutely
with all the
fascinating.
problems that we have currently, this is what we need to remember.
All right, fascinating indeed. Thanks very much for your time. That's Michael Wolff, CEO of Formula D.